What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Alex P. I'm playing my own music right now, by the way, so this isn't a copyright violation. I hope they don't flag me. But what's up, everybody? How you doing? I've got to work on that intro a lot because there's a lot of things that come along with podcasting that I did not know about that I got to figure out. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of that kind of stuff. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I am Alex P. I am super happy to be back here with you and doing another episode of Send Me Love and Money. I'm trying to look at the camera. It's kind of weird because where the camera angle places there, but I want to make eye contact with you guys. So what's been going on? It's been a little while since I've reached out in this way, in this format. It's kind of interesting because I talk to everybody in my life over and over and over again, and they're just at some point it starts making sense that I start doing a podcast because I really would like to do video recordings and reach everybody in a larger audience and put this out there for everybody to sort of take a look at, review, and connect with me. I think connection is the name of the game nowadays, and it's kind of what I'm looking for. So I really hope that you enjoy my content. I hope you start liking this show, and just please keep coming back and ask me some questions. We'll do some videos about those questions, etc. So, which that brings up a great point is, what is this podcast about? I think it's really important to talk about what this podcast is about because I sort of jumped in with both feet into the deep end of the water last year and started a business called Send Me Love and Money. I started branding. I started this podcast, and I thought it was going to be about all sorts of different things, a lot of different topics. And it still is. However, it can't be too broad. I mean, there's a trick with podcasting is that you have to sort of find your lane and stay in your lane. And then inside that, you can go crazy and you can have a blast. So I've decided that my lane is music, and no surprise there. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm a big music guy. I'm a big music fan. I love all different types of music. I love different genres. I'm a Gen X kid, so guess what? This may be a Gen X podcast, and we just don't know it yet. I would actually go so far as to say it is 100% absolutely going to be a Gen X podcast because that is my understanding and how I engage with this world. And I come from that tough as nails generation. Like, I'm going to play with a knife while I fidget here. I come from that tough as nails generation. I was a latchkey kid. We were left at home. I was able to do anything I wanted and go out to, all hours of the night, with the exception of, I think all Gen X knows this, when you in the morning, when the sun comes out, you go outside and you do not come back, and you do not come back until the lights go on at nighttime. Why? Well, because when you did, your parents would have 50 things, 50 chores for you to do. They go, oh, good, you're home. I need you to clean your room. I need you to do your laundry. I need you to, that's the time where, like, they'd realize that you were home all weekend and would be like, I need you to clean off all the counters in the living room and lemon pledge them down. I need you to move all of the bookshelves and bookcases and dust behind them. So listen, if you were a kid, you got the hell out of there. You did not stick around for any of that shit. And it's a little different nowadays. I mean, I can't even get my kids to freaking clean off their plate before leaving it in the sink. It's like, but that's another story for another time. Today's episode is about music and musical events and what are we going to do this year to make this podcast freaking click. So I'm very excited. We have a huge concert season ready to go, and it actually starts today. Going to go see the legendary 311. I love those guys. I have seen them probably 10 times live over the years, going back to the 90s. They are playing at Reggae Rise Up in St. Pete this weekend at Vinoy Park. It is day 4 of Reggae Rise Up, which is by far and away my favorite reggae festival in the state of Florida. I've been to a bunch of them, and this one just, you get people being nice, you get not too much merch and commercialization, you get great bands and great lineups, and the vibe is just great all the days. So you can even pull up in a boat, like my buddy Robbie, shout out to Robbie, pulling up in a boat this weekend on Friday night. And boy, was I jealous. I wish I could have gone to that. I mean, we got the invite, but it was just too late for us and our plans and what we were doing. So I hope he had an absolutely phenomenal time. We're going to go see 311. Also, Steel Pulse, the legendary reggae band, is playing tonight. And I couldn't be more excited to see Steel Pulse. And then, surprise, Sublime is playing tonight. And I think it's Bradley's son is the lead singer, guitar player with the original bass player and drummer on that lineup. So that should be really interesting. First time for me seeing Sublime even in this format. Obviously, I didn't get a chance to see them back in the day. But that should be a heck of a lot of fun. I'll post some videos. I'll share some comments and things later on my Send Me Love and Money Instagram page, and I will then ultimately upload some of this stuff onto my website. So after that, let's talk about the rest of the year, right? With all the exciting things we have for you. Well, I plan on bringing on multiple friends, guests, musical field affiliations, people that are in the industry or somehow in the entertainment industry, whether they are musicians or they are just super fans or some kind of a conglomerate in between like I am. I will be sharing more of my music with you guys on here. Once I get the copyright stuff handled, man, let me tell you, that is horrible. There's nothing I love more than being able to talk about music. How do you talk about music without being able to play the song in the background? I want to open this podcast with AC/DC Back in Black. And guess what? I'm going to have to get a copyright for that. I'm looking into that right now. The business of music and the business of entertainment is such a different world and such a difficult world than what we used to. I grew up in the generation, some of you guys may remember me way back in the day. I used to be part of a band called Room on Fire, and we were DIY with everything. We were a New York band. We were your epitome of punk rock kids mixed with, some kind of jam band blues funk feel back in the 90s during a time where Chili Peppers and Faith No More and all those bands were coming out. We were evolving into sort of a Allman Brothers meets 311 meets the Sex Pistols. That would be a great one. Actually, the Clash over this, for sure, the Clash. So that would be a great way to describe us and our sound and our vibe. And so what did we do? We guerrilla marketed ourselves. We put our flyers up everywhere. We put stickers up everywhere. I mean, tens of hundreds of thousands of flyers and stickers. Ultimately, we got to the point where everybody knew us. We were charting on college radio nationally, and we had a lot of fans, and we were able to bring a lot of people to the party on Friday night when we got a gig. But nowadays, the business is completely different. I write all my own music. I do all my own stuff. And I think it's very Gen X, of me to be doing a lot of that. So, well, what does it mean to be into that and the person you are in this world where everything is subdivided and siloed out between super specialized little places, but they're all kept behind lock and key? If you want to get on the radio nowadays, I don't know if you guys know how hard it is. You can get streams on Spotify and YouTube all over the world like I have. And sadly, what have I made? I've made $80 on my streaming for the past 15 years worth of streaming. I've been played in all 5 continents thousands of times, but yet they can't seem to send me more than 15, 20 bucks a year so that they can have their service. Let's talk about that and how musicians need to be compensated in the future. It's another episode. It's another topic, and I'm really excited to get into it. I've got a lot of great guests planned and lined up. A number of them are in my bookshelf back here and have written books on the topic, or are musicians themselves and touring it, living it, did it back in the day, and have to deal with all the changes nowadays versus then. Um, so past that, I'm going to be going to shows. Going to be going to a lot of shows this year. After this show, just to give you a rundown, we're going to see Billy Strings at Benchmark Arena here in Tampa. This is a Tampa-based show. We're out of Tampa or Sarasota, wherever. But West Coast Florida is where we're coming to you live from. Once again, I'm Alex P, the musician. AlexPmusic.com is my website, and Send Me Love and Money is my podcast. And well, send me love and money. Why that? Well, first of all, why not that? But second of all, it's a joke. Of course, I'll take love and money always, 24/7. However, isn't that the search of what we all as human beings are looking for? Aren't we all looking for love and money in some form or fashion? We're looking to get paid. We want to live a comfortable life. We want to live a happy life. We want to eat all the foods we want to do and go to the places we want to go. But at the same point in time, why do we do all those things? Because we're searching for love and we want connection. We want real connection with real people, with real human beings. We want to be able to sit down and talk to them. We want to tell them our stories and share their stories and really make it something that we have a special moment, connection. We want to connect with. We want something more than what money brings us. And I think it's important for all of us to remember that money is not the be all end all of love. Love is the connection. Love is what we crave. Love is what we should be dedicating our lives to and focusing on while we're here on this planet. It's what I've given my life to, between giving my love to my family and my wife and my girls and my extended family, my brother, my cousins, my nieces, nephews, uncles, aunts, godmother, stepfather, all the different pieces that make me up and make me a servant of love to them. So I'm here to do the same for you. I'm here to take you on a guided journey, to take you through stories of the most incredible people and the most heart-wrenching things inside their experiences. And I'm just here to give you guys a good time. Looking forward to feedback, comments. Please let me know if you like this episode or not, or are looking for more. What you would like to see on future episodes, what artists, musicians. So just to give you an idea of what I'll have videos of, because I'm going to these shows this year, Billy Strings. Then I'm doing 3 nights of Dave Matthews Band, the Tampa show and the 2 West Palm Beach shows. I'm doing my favorite top 5 band, maybe favorite band of all time. It's so hard when you throw in Pink Floyd and Metallica into the mix and Beastie Boys, but Killswitch Engage, definitely top 5. My good friend Jesse Leach and his guys, Killswitch Engage, are going out again on an amazing tour. I don't know how many of you guys know them, but everybody should know them. I know they're one of the largest names in metal. They're a top 5 metal band out there, but I want to do them a service always and bring more people, because I feel like I connect with the jam band scene. I connect with the heavy metal scene. I connect with the rap, hip hop, but like old school, like Run DMC and BC Boys and, Cool Mo D and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five and, LL Cool J and all those guys. I've got stories after stories after stories from back in the day to talk about that hip hop side of me from Queens, New York. We used to be in a huge music building in Jamaica. And let me tell you, if the walls could talk from there, I had a studio right next door to Jam Master Jay for years, and would constantly run into him. And let me tell you, Jay was a brilliant musician who was very introverted and just wanted to be left alone and was in his own little world. And God bless him. I respect him for that. When everybody wants a piece of you and you're super famous and massive, well, ultimately you want the same things any other human being does: peace, respect, love. You want a good meal. You want to be left alone so that you can do your own thing, you know? So anyways, because I cross over between all these different genres, techno, I've got a techno album out. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard it, but I would love for you to look it up. It's under my name, Alex Pistevsky on iTunes. I try to do my part. I try to talk about the values that we all grew up with back in the day. I feel like this is a really important thing to touch on is, when we were raised without computers, when we were running around and, had the telephone was connected by a long cord on the wall. And that was literally your only connection to the outside world, besides going outside and walking around. Well, everything was more social. Everything was more accessible, I think, in just in human life, in real life. Nowadays, we've siloed off, and everybody's living in their own little world. But is that really what we want? Do we want to be siloed off? Do we want to be living in our own little worlds? I think pros and cons. So I'd be willing to talk to anybody about it. I'm excited because some of the people that I think different genres are different ways about it. It's funny. Metalheads used to want to be left alone, but now metalheads are some of the most social people I've ever met in my lifetime. And as soon as I meet somebody and their eyes light up at a bar, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What kind of music are you into? And I'll be damned if they're not like, yeah, I listen to metal. I mess with it. It's just one of my things. So, anyways, I plan to have, videos, reviews, shows from that Kill Switch Engage show at Hard Rock Live in Orlando, in midsummer. Then towards, a little bit further into the year, I'm going to be doing, the Iron Maiden farewell tour with Megadeth on their farewell tour, opening up for them, with Anthrax opening up for the both of them, planning on flying into New York and going to see it at whatever giant stadium is called nowadays in New Jersey, Meadowlands, whatever that's called. So excited to see that, because as some of you know, and as a lot of you don't know, and I'm excited to start sharing these kinds of stories. My very first concert was Iron Maiden with Quiet Riot opening for them on the Peace of Mind tour, the Mental Health tour, back in 1984. I was 11 years old, 11-year-old metalhead. Already had the long hair and already had, the black shirt with the white sleeve jerseys, old school. You guys know what I'm talking about, the old school deal. I didn't quite have the leather vest on over top of that with the patch on the back, but I did have the jean jacket with the Iron Maiden patch on the back. I actually had a whole shit. I don't say those curse words. I had a ton of patches. Ozzy, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, all the old school metalhead stuff. People who know me know that I am an old school metalhead till the day I die. Living in a crazy world that I don't even understand anymore. So come along on the journey with me. Let's go to exciting places. Let's meet some exciting guests. Let's have some fun and adventures. And I really appreciate you caring enough to stick around to the very end of my episode. I'm excited to have you back and welcome you back. And hopefully we can all increase and share in our pursuit of love and money.